thought I'd do a video response to an old Thunderfoot video. I didn't know it was this old, actually. June of last year. That's almost a year old. Anyway, yeah, this is kind of funny. There's this whole video about how great mankind is, you know, all that we've accomplished with our big brains and all this kind of bullshit. And now he's, you know, resorted to drawing cartoons, you know, putting crucifixes in glasses of urine, essentially. Which, yes, of course, pisses the lunatics off. So, yeah, let's all find ways to piss off the lunatics. And I understand the principle that, yes, they don't have a right to threaten us with death because we offend their religion. But let's understand who blew them back to the Stone Age and who keeps them back in the Stone Age. Oh, that's right, American capitalism and British capitalism. Yeah, they're keeping them ignorant and stupid. And then we're surprised that they act like fucking barbaric animals. Yeah, really clever. So anyway, let's play his video and respond to it. So this might be 3 parts or so, or more. Yeah. Oh, cool. Little music to go with our video.
I mean, really, just think how our lifestyles have changed over maybe the last 100 years.
Well, wouldn't the more rational perspective, the more accurate perspective be that it was all kind of inevitable? You know, that once an organism starts figuring out a few things, like, oh, this is a wheel, and if you put a couple of wheels together, you can make a clock, and you can do that. Yeah, that's all just going to go right down the line. And what's it feeding, though? What's the great destination? Oh, that's right. You know, more special sauces for our little beef burgers.
Why do you think that happened? I mean, really, have you ever wondered why our civilization looks the way that it does? On a broad brush level, our social civilization can be split into 3 basic functions.
Now, he just pulls this crap out of his ass. Like, yeah, let's just make up some kind of ideas. Yeah, and just call it, this is what society is. So we have, well, let's
sustenance and maintenance, propagation and development. Sustenance and
so this is all there is to life there. There's the maintenance of our existence, the reproduction of our existence, and creating new and stupid ways to do this consumption and reproduction bullshit. So, grand accomplishment. We're consuming, we're reproducing, well, here, fingers can see now, and consuming and reproducing, and we're doing it with nice nuclear technology. Yeah. Brilliant. Beautiful. Oh, it's so fucking beautiful. I'm overwhelmed by the beauty of it.
Maintenance deals with the immediate needs of society. Those who grow the food, stack shelves, maintain the rule of law, heal the sick, and so on. Without these functions, society fails immediately. Propagation.
Well, even that is kind of bullshit. I mean, without them at all? I mean, there's no functionality whatsoever. I mean, come on, duh. Yes, you have to eat something, but, you know, you could live on an island and you can eat fucking bananas. Not that complicated.
It is ensuring that there is a next generation, breeding up the new bodies and educating them.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck educating them has to do with propagation. No, you really don't need to educate them, do you? No, I don't think you do. Do the birds have institutions of higher education? Yeah. No, I don't think they do. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you know, this is just propaganda. And like I said, what good is education if you're applying it foolishly? I mean, there's a difference between understanding your existence and a difference between understanding how to manipulate the shit around you. And those, one class of education is a lot more important than the other. Understanding what you are is probably more important than understanding how to wind a clock.
Without this, the species is extinct within the lifetime of an individual.
Oh, gee, isn't that brilliant? Guess what? You go extinct if you don't reproduce. Wow. Man, stunning knowledge there. And the consequence would be such a horror that there'd be no more addicted little organisms running about. Oh, my.
That is the function that puts the next generation in a better situation than us. This is essentially the
right. So, you know, we were much better off like 100 years ago when they didn't have tanks and, I don't know, chemical warfare, 200 years ago. They were so much better, they were so much worse off, and it was so much better when we could fight our wars with real, heavy duty, be nucleated and irradiated to death. That's a much better way to die in your wars. It's that kind of collateral damage. And that's sort of the point, too. There was just so, it was just soldiers that used to die, and now it's everybody, civilians all over the place dead. All kinds of innocent victims, all kinds of collateral damage. And then we haven't even touched on the, the crime of capitalism. How many billions of people are living in shit today? I mean, there's more people living in shit today than there was people living, 200 years ago.
And it's what took us from the right path to walking on the moon in less than 70 years.
And even less time than that, we figured out how to blow up Nagasaki and Hiroshima, didn't we, with nuclear bombs. So before we landed on the moon, we dropped nuclear bombs on other human beings. Beauty, yes, that's beauty in the universe, unseen beauty.
Just hold that thought for a second. The sustenance and propagation functions have been ticking along happily for thousands of years.
Now, this is really kind of lame of him. He points to, he shows basically hieroglyphics, you know, and that just, and he talks about how somehow we have done something spectacular in recent times in terms of organizing ourselves and all this. They had the organization then. They did, you know, by scale, things that were, you know, building pyramids with, you know, 4,000-year-old technology. I mean, 4,000 years ago? I mean, come on. On a scale of a civilization doing something incredible, yeah, that sort of makes us look as lame could be. We're obviously just chasing our own asses. We're not doing anything in an organized, rational, sensible way. Yes, we landed on the moon. Big woo.
But it was the development and knowledge that took us from the first powered flight to walking on the moon in less than a century. However, knowledge alone was not enough to achieve such mighty feats. The cohesive cooperation and coordination of large groups.
Yeah, see, that's the funny part. Yeah, well, we were doing that so much better 4,000 years ago. I mean, the Romans did the canal thing. I mean, there was all kinds of big ideas and big projects done on huge scales. And we don't do any of that anymore. What do we do on a huge scale now? Yeah, that's right. We buy trillion-dollar militaries to go knock people into the Stone Age so you can draw cartoons of their icons. Brilliant.
Tens, hundreds of thousands of people was necessary to achieve this, the likes of which have seldom been seen in the entire history of mankind.
Yeah, no, we've seen it all over the history of mankind. The 7 wonders of the world. Lots of wondrous things that human beings have done for completely futile and pointless purposes. Yeah, look at the cathedrals. I mean, investments that would take 100 years or more to build. They invested 100 years into their future. We can't invest 6 days into our future.
The knowledge and ability to create such large structured organizations for the realization of such lofty goals was as important a development for civilization as the realization of the project objectives.
Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, the idea that in a world of 7 billion people you can get a few thousand together in some place and say, go invent us a nuclear bomb is not exactly miraculous. No, it's pretty goddamn A plus B equals C or something.
Government-funded research made this possible, and it cost billions of dollars to do so.
Yeah, again, by scale, it's nickel and dime bullshit, and probably based on human productivity or what value we've gotten out of it. You're better off pointing your camera at the Hoover Dam than at this stupid rocket bullshit, because this rocket bullshit really doesn't add up to a hell of a lot. All we've done with this technology is figured out how to make rockets with bombs on them.
And yet there are cynics out there who would scoff at such institutions and are dismissive of such achievements.
Yeah, well, you ought to be a little more explicit, okay? So you're just talking about the wacky anarchist or something, say, no, we don't need to do nothing as a civilization. But what we really need to be doing as a civilization is doing something really focused on population control, energy management, resource management. We're not doing any of that shit. We're just letting the whole thing turn to crap.
I find the ignorance evident from their lack of vision and passion disturbing. Really, have some vision. The world is ringed with telecommunication, GPS, and weather satellites that affect.
Right, and Google's watching everything you do on the internet with this technology and calculating, let's see, this guy's susceptible to potato chips and blonde-haired girls. And so they're going to target their advertising get right to the core of your existence. What is it that makes your money fall out of your pocket? That's what they're using all this fucking technology for, is just to figure out how to manipulate people and make more fucking money.
Your life's data. Where do you think the technology to build, launch, and orbitally insert those satellites came from?
I don't even want to know about no inserting of no fucking satellite. Jesus, it's not supposed to be about sex, is it?
The Internet and World Wide Web came out of various government-funded labs, and without this, you wouldn't even be watching this video.
Oh, what a pile of crap. Like, this crap would not have happened. I mean, Tim Berners-Lee, he's pointing to this Tim Berners-Lee guy, right? They've been yammering about this guy for 20 fucking years. Nobody figured out how to make a stupid tag language that completely fucking sucks. All right, to format documents on the internet. It basically, you put a little B in front of a word, inside a little tag, you know, little pointy things, on either side of a word, and it makes the word bold. And this is what they're going to give the guy a goddamn crown for? Come on, that was inevitable. Okay, the internet was fucking inevitable. Jeez. And we've done it so fucking poorly. Look at all the spam. Look at all the security holes in it. It's a piece of fucking crap. Ugh, yeah, using Windows X systems. I wonder what the rest of that sentence was. Jeez.
I mean, just imagine a world nearly without the web or satellite technology.
Well, why don't we just imagine it without wheels? Holy crap, no wheels? Yeah, let's imagine that. Yeah, well, you still got, women's, right? Do we still get to have jacuzzis? Yeah, you don't need a wheel for a jacuzzi, right? Well, whatever. I mean, you know, we got this complex civilization thing. Yeah. But there's too many fucking people. Our lives are shit. There's a ton of people working 18 hours a day, okay, making, you know, shit. Just complete fucking shit. And what? So what? Well, you know, we're all supposed to sit there and just bask in the magic and beauty of it all? Oh, fuck that.
This government-funded research is profoundly linked to the quality of life we enjoy in modern Western civilization. And
yeah, well, whatever. I'm all for government stuff. You know, I like public libraries. Let's have a public internet, but we don't even have that. So I don't even know why you call this government research. I don't know. I mean, there's a thin connection between these things. It's like, okay, yeah, the government invented Tang or something. Well, how much did it spend to invent Tang? You know, I mean, on the moon thing and all that crap. So, I mean, you know, there's got to be some sort of cost-benefit analysis.